start in about less than 1 minute. So if everyone can please make sure that you sign in just outside of the door, making sure your name is legible. Tonight's meeting is being recorded, so if you can please keep your conversations to minimum to none, and know that when it is your turn to speak, if you can state your name clearly and speak where everyone can hear you, it will be greatly appreciated. And if your phones can also be on silent or vibrating.
Nina had them in one.
Hold on,
I just want to make sure I got it for $1.70.
Okay.
3 to 6. What they do is they look on it, then they go back to normal. And I have to fix it.
It says it only Monday 3 to 6?
No, it's every day. And my sister is so frugal, she points out to me, $1 a day, 7 days a week, 4 weeks.
Don't want to. Say, I like the $1 a day. I like the $1 today. Don't worry about that.
I tell her all the time.
Right.
we have another board member coming, so we'll let him come on in. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to our special meeting tonight. Special meeting and board reorganization on today, May 4th, 2015 at 6:05 p.m. If we can all please stand for the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Green.
Here.
Howard.
Here.
Here. Jones.
Present.
Casali.
Present.
Towers.
Present.
Davenport.
Present. Please let the record reflect, we do have a quorum to proceed with our meeting. Item 4, public comments regarding agenda items only. Again, if you can please stand and state your name for the record and speak clearly if you have anything at this time regarding the agenda. Okay. Thank you. Now we're going to move on to item 5, Gallagher Benefit Services Representatives. Come on up, guys. Hello. Good to see you.
Good to see everyone. I'm P.L.A.N here from Gallagher Benefit Services. Phil Augustino is my partner in that. We represent the school district for the last several years with the teachers and the staffs and employee benefits. We left a few of these behind. I see some of you have them. Is anyone missing now? Got it? Okay. So we've met with the insurance committee several different occasions over the last 2-3 months, working on the renewal for the medical, life, dental, and the vision plans. This here is a snapshot of all the markets and the surveys and the rates that we went through. So I want to run through this with you. I'm not going to go line item by line item. I'll give you a 40,000-foot overview, and then as you have questions, we can dive in there for anything else that's specific. So the dental renewed last year. We changed carriers, went to Sun Life. That's under a 2-year rate commitment. So this committee said stay with Sun Life. They were happy with them. That rate remains the same. Vision plans with Emeritus has been there for several years. They came out with a pass, so no rate adjustment on the vision plan. Same with the life insurance. So those 3 things were a little easier this year, as there was no rate adjustment to be made, and staff was very happy with the services and the plans that were provided. The medical was a little more challenging. As we all know, and over the last several years, medical has been very challenging for most people in America. The initial renewal with Blue Cross and Blue Shield was roughly 11.5% increase. So rates on whole went up 11.5%. A single rate or a family rate may have been 8 or 12, but the whole blended spend, your total spend was 11.5. As you know, the plan that you guys are on has a defined contribution model. What that means is you give the teachers X amount of dollars, you give support staff X amount of dollars. They can spend that through the different plans that they see. When an increase comes, that increase is pretty much all laid upon staff. Okay? If it was a decrease, they would collect some type of savings. Went to the market. Humana came out with a rate that was roughly almost identical to the current Blue Cross and Blue Shield rates. Plan design was fairly close, but not identical, but the rate was there. United Healthcare came out with a rate that was roughly 1% higher, so very competitive. Aetna came out with a rate that was 17.5% lower. So when you see a rate of that magnitude lower, you definitely want to take a very hard look. You're given instructions to go ahead and take a hard look. All these rates are pre-underwritten. What that means it's the best street rate available, the best rate you're going to see. Once you go through medical and financial underwriting, then the insurance company gives you the final rate. We did that procedure with Aetna. While you guys are on spring break, that was being done. That rate came back roughly 54% higher than your current rate. Yeah, we said the same exact thing. Wow. We had roughly 10 large claimants, no different than in years past. Those 10 people had a total spend of $975,000. So when you're having $1.5 million in premium and you're having close to $1 million go out in just 10 individuals, it does not leave a lot left over for Blue Cross to pay claims for the other 150 or 60 people on the plan. So went back to Blue Cross, thanks to Phil. Phil is our great negotiator with Blue Cross, as you all have heard in the past. He worked there for 15 years at very high levels prior to coming over and joining our firm. He was able to get that down to a little under 3%. So 11.5 came down to 2.97%. Okay, that's keeping the plans identical to what they were. Okay, and your first page would show that. So naturally, the staff would love to see something come in lower. So we went out with another creative idea and said we can give you the same 3 similar plans. So keeping your same plans the same, adding 3 more plans. So giving them more choice, more options, using a different network. So what a lot of the networks, the insurance companies, Blue Cross, United, Humana, they have shrunk down their networks, going to their doctors and hospital providers that give the deepest discounts to get a discounted rate. That rate is 15% below the current plan. Okay? So now as an employee, the staff gets a choice between 6 plans, 3 and 3. 3 of them with a current network, the big Blue Cross PPO and the HMO, and then 3 plans with the smaller version of the network. Okay? And when I mean smaller, I'm talking in the 50% range of smaller. So it's a big significant change. However, if you find your hospital, your doctor, your providers in that network and you are comfortable with that, it's a great savings. So those were the plans that they took a look at. Those were the plans that they wanted to present to move forward. So moving with Blue Cross, staying there with that 2.97% renewal, adding 3 more plans that the teachers and staff can have an option of going to on an individual basis. Each person can pick and choose. And then renewing with the life, the vision, and the dental. So in a very large book, hopefully condensed in a small enough time frame, that is our report, and the recommendation from the committee was to go ahead and renew with what was suggested. So if you have questions, I can take them at this time.
Anyone? Mr. Casado?
Or what's the recommendation? Which plan is being recommended?
To stay, they wanted to stay with the 3 current plans they currently have. They have 2 PPOs and an HMO. And then they wanted to mirror those same plans, just using a smaller network. Now, I will say it's an apple-to-apple comparison on the plans, but it's not a Granny Smith apple to a Granny Smith apple. Some co-pays will be tweaked a little, some out-of-pockets will be tweaked a little, but they're very similar in nature. So now as an employee, I can say, does the small network fit me? And if it does, those are 3 great options at 15% savings. Or if not, I can stay where I'm at, and my increase was 2.97.
Is that a Blue Cross Blue Shield? Because earlier, I think, it's my understanding that you guys were having problem getting a quote from Blue Cross Blue Shield because of the use.
Mr. Cole. The quote was, the renewal came out with Blue Cross Blue Shield. The new plan designs are Blue Cross Blue Shield. The staff asked us to get a quote from a co-op. Gallagher runs 2 co-ops in the state of Illinois. So, and I'm just talking with some of them right now. The quote actually, they denied the quote. Phil got involved and made some calls to see if we could get a quote. Actually got it yesterday. I looked at the numbers this morning, and that rate's about 2.5–3% higher than what's being offered.
Is that a Blue Cross Blue Shield?
That is a plan administered by Blue Cross Blue Shield. It's a self-funded plan inside the co-op. You have Blue Cross and Blue Shield's network, and claims are paid by them, yes.
How big is the network?
Same network you currently have.
The same network, no changes?
Exactly. Yeah. The co-ops are great ideas. We've managed and run them for many, many years. They did take a look at them. It is a 3-year commitment. Phil and I quoted on that a few years ago, and it was the same no quote because we have such large, high claimants. Remember that a co-op is a group of people coming together to ensure, no different than buying one pencil or buying a case of pencils or semi-load. You're trying to get economies of scale. However, they want as best of risk as you can possibly get. So they look at your demographics, they look at your risk, and they rate it accordingly. Other questions?
Yeah, the co-op, is it a group of school districts like us, or is it another kind of professionals?
The 2 co-ops that they run are pure school district co-ops. They also run municipality co-ops. So the ones we were looking at were naturally school district co-ops.
Anyone else? If not, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Before we move on to our closed session, on page 3 of your agenda, items 16 and 17, we'd like to just move them up right before 14 and 15. So you can move 16 and 17 up just before 14 and 15. That'll be good. You all see it? Oath of office. Roll call vote. That's gonna move up. It's gonna be moved up just before 14 and 15. So where it says new board, right under new board, that's what it's. Moving on to item 6. I make a motion to enter into closed session regarding A, personnel, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employee of the district, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee or against legal counsel for the district to determine its validity. Also B, evidence or testimony presented in open hearing or in closed hearing where specifically authorized by law to a quasi-adjudicative body as defined in the Open Meetings Act, provided that the body prepares and makes available for public inspection a written decision setting forth its determinative reasoning. Also C, discussion of lawfully closed meeting minutes, whether for the purposes of approval by the body of the minutes or semi-annual review of the minutes at 6:18 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Garrett, yes. Green.
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Casali.
Yes.
Towers.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes, motion passed. We are entering into closed session at 6:18. Okay. I make a motion to return to open session at 8:05 p.m. with action to be taken.
Second.
Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Green.
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Casali.
Yes.
Towers.
Yes.
Garrett, yes. Davenport.
Yes, motion passed. We have returned to open session. Item 8A, I make a motion to affirm the superintendent's decision on the IEA complaint.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Howard.
No.
Jones.
Yes.
Casali.
Abstain.
Towers.
Yes.
Garrett, yes. Green.
No.
Davenport.
Yes, motion passed. Item 8B, I make a motion to approve the resolution authorizing issuance of notice to remedy for a certified employee as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Jones.
Yes.
Casali.
Yes.
Towers.
Yes.
Garrett, yes. Green.
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes, motion passed. Item 8C, I make a motion to approve and release January 26, 2015 closed minutes rescheduled regular meeting, February 23rd, 2015 closed minutes rescheduled regular meeting, March 5th, 2015 closed minutes special meeting, March 10th, 2015 closed meeting special meeting.
So moved. Second.
Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Casali.
Yes.
Towers.
Yes.
Garrett, yes. Green.
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes, motion passed. I make a motion to approve and remain closed March 16, 2015 closed meetings, regular meeting. Minutes.
Second.
Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Towers.
Yes.
Garrett, yes. Green.
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Casali.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes, motion passed. I make a motion to approve and release April 16, 2015 closed minutes special meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Secretary, please
Green.
call the roll.
Yes.
Howard.
Yes.
Jones.
Yes.
Garrett, yes. Casali.
Yes.
Towers.
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes, motion passed. I make a motion to approve and remain closed April 20th, 2015 closed minutes regular meeting session 1 and session 2.
So moved.
Second.
Green,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Casali,
Yes.
Towers,
Yes.
Garrett, yes, Davenport,
Yes, motion passed. Item 9, is there any discussion regarding the renewal of the employee group benefits from the presentation earlier today? If none, I make a motion to approve the renewal of employee group benefits for health, vision, and supplemental benefits for the 2015-2016 school year.
So moved.
second,
Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Howard,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Casali,
Yes.
Towers,
Yes.
Garrett, yes, Green,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes, motion passed. Item 10, is there any discussion regarding the open minutes? Any of the open minutes? Being none, I make a motion to approve open minutes of February 23rd, 2015, rescheduled regular meeting, March 5th, 2015, special meeting, March 10, 2015, special meeting, March 16, 2015, regular meeting, April 16, 2015, special meeting, April 20th, 2015, regular meeting.
So moved.
second,
Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Jones,
Yes.
Casali,
Yes.
Towers,
Yes.
Garrett, yes, Green,
Yes.
Howard, Davenport,
Yes, motion passed. Item 11, review of results of the April 7, 2015 school board election. I have before me, and I'm going to pass down to the board members. This way. This is an official April 7th election results from the Cook County Board of Education. If you can please take one and pass it. While those are being passed down, do they have enough to go that way? Anyone wants to use the side? No, they have enough. They have enough. While those are being passed down and looked over, I would like to read a resolution authorizing the proclamation of results from the official canvass of votes cast. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Education of Community Consolidated School Districts 168, Cook County, State of Illinois as follows. That the Board of Education finds that the attached summary of votes cast for candidates at the election held in and for the school district on the 7th day of April 2015 is correct. That Marva Campbell Pruitt received the highest number of votes for the 2-year term of office. That Marva Campbell Pruitt was elected as member of the Board of Education for the 2-year term of office. That Tammy N. Jones, Sharon Archie Davenport, and Philip Bazile received the highest number of votes for the 4-year terms of office. That Tammy N. Jones, Sharon Archie Davenport, and Philip Bazile were elected as members of the Board of Education for the 4-year terms of office. Is there any discussion? Congratulations. And as we move forward to item 12, I actually went ahead because I gave the results. The declaration, which I already read, of the board member elections. Now, if you all had a chance to look over the hard copy of the elections, and I actually read the proclamation, is there any discussion? If not, we'll make a motion, and the board will make a motion to approve the Cook County's decision. Okay. If not, I make a motion to incorporate the names of the official winners of the April 7, 2015 consolidated election into the official minutes of the Board of Education. Mrs. Tammy Jones, 4-year term. Mrs. Sharon Archie Davenport, 4-year term. Mr. Philip Bazile, 4-year term. Ms. Marva Campbell Pruitt, 2-year term.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Casali,
Yes.
Towers,
Yes.
Garrett, yes, Green,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Davenport,
Yes, motion passed. We are officially in the minutes. Item 13. This now concludes for everyone the business which we had planned for the outgoing school board to conduct on tonight. So now I would like to make a motion for the board to adjourn sine die, and that the new board will reconvene immediately following the swearing in of the newly elected board members. So at this time, I like to, at this time, if there's no further discussion, and thanking Mrs. Towers for coming in and filling in this lesson. We greatly appreciate your services, and to Mrs. Sinead Garrett, who also was appointed on and came in and helped us to make it to this day. And we greatly appreciate you and thank you for all that you all have done for our children and our district. The motion. So if you have anything to say, we'll call the motion is on the floor. I'll just need a second. Second. Okay, can you do a second?
Second.
Okay. Just a second.
I just wanted, we kind of went kind of fast. I didn't get to say, but happy Teacher Appreciation Day. Thank you guys.
Anyone else? Okay. Mrs. Towers.
Thank you, Madam President. It's been a pleasure, and it's always glad that I see staff, administrative persons come together and do what they can do in order to enrich the community, educate the kid. You have to do it. You have no other choice. You got to do it. I'm glad I can help you out. Thank you.
Okay, Madam Secretary, if you please call the roll.
Towers,
Yes.
Garrett, yes. Green,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Jones,
Yes.
Casali,
Yes.
Davenport.
Yes, we are adjourned at 8:15 p.m. Motion carried. Robert Short, our district, one of our district's law firms. So we're now in the hands of Miss Amanda.
At this point, I'd like to ask the newly elected board members to come forward and take their oath of office.
Martha is right, she's like,
At this time, we're going to have our newly elected board members take their oath of office. I'm going to swear them in. We have Mrs. Tam Jones, Mrs. Sherry Archie Davenport, Mr. Philip Brazil, and Ms. Marva. I will ask you all to repeat after me. There is a point in time where I'm going to have you state your names. If you could just go down the line and state them one by one, and then we'll continue in unison. I say your name.
Sharon Archie Davenport.
Tammy Jones.
Marva Campbell Pruitt.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully discharge the duties
that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of member of the Board of Education
of the office of member of the Board of Education
of Community Consolidated School District Number 168
of Community Consolidated School District 168
in accordance with the Constitution of the United States,
in accordance with the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the laws of the State of Illinois,
and the laws of the State of Illinois,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I further swear that
I further swear that
I shall respect taxpayer interests
I shall respect taxpayer interests
by serving as a faithful protector
by serving as a faithful protector
of the school district's assets.
of the school district's assets.
I shall encourage and respect
I shall encourage and respect
the free expression of opinion
the free expression of opinion
by my fellow board members and others
by my fellow board members and others
who seek a hearing before the board,
who seek a hearing before the board
while respecting the privacy of students and employees.
while respecting the privacy of students and employees.
I shall recognize that a board member
I shall recognize that a board member
has no legal authority
has no legal authority
as an individual,
as an individual,
and that decisions can be made
and that decisions can be made
only by a majority vote at public board meetings.
only by a majority vote at public board meetings.
I shall abide by the majority decisions of the board
I shall abide by majority decisions of the board
while retaining the right to seek changes
while retaining the right to seek changes
in such decisions through ethical and constructive channels.
through ethical and constructive channels. Okay.
Congratulations, new board member. We welcome our new board members and ask them to take their seats along with the
No vacation, no vacation yet. Hallelujah. I'm not doing mine anymore. You're hitting me up.
Wow, it's a very handsome and pretty group up there. I know. I'm digging Dolores's red. Look at how she's popping. Your red lipstick with your red glasses. See, good looking.
Okay, at this time, I'll take the roll call of the new board. Mr. Brazil.
Present.
Mrs. Davenport.
Present.
Mrs. Green.
Present.
Ms. Howard.
Present.
Mrs. Jones.
Present.
Mr. Casali.
Present.
Ms. Campbell Pruitt.
Present.
Okay. All right, at this time, is there a motion to appoint the president pro tem until a permanent president is elected?
Yes. Motion to appoint President Pro Tem.
I second.
What?
Jimo Casali.
Second.
I second.
Anybody else? Present.
Mr. Brazil.
We're doing the roll call now. So there's been a motion and a second. So now there's a roll call.
Mrs. Green?
Yes.
Ms. Howard?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yeah.
Mr. Casali?
Yes.
Ms. Campbell Pruitt?
Yes.
Mrs. Davenport?
Yes.
Is there a motion to select or appoint the secretary pro tem until a permanent secretary is elected? Yes.
I move that we appoint Mary Howard as Secretary Pro Tem.
Second. Oh, Mr. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Any others? Okay. To do a roll call.
Mrs. Green?
Yes.
Ms. Howard?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yeah.
Mr. Casali?
Yes.
Ms. Campbell Pruitt?
Yes.
Mr. Bazil?
Yes.
Mrs. Davenport?
Yes.
Motion passed.
You're loving this right now. So you get to play with the together. He's sitting the camera in the middle of the session. She just wanted to know. He's got a bow tie on. So it's gonna be a second. Yes. Right
The quorum of the new board is present. The first order of business will be the election of board officers. Are there any nomination for board president?
I nominate Philip Bazil for president. I nominate Sharon Davenport for president.
I nominate Jim Casali for president. We have 3 names nominated for the president of the board. We have Philip Bazil, Sharon Davenport, and Jamal Casali. Hearing no further nominations, the nomination for the office of president are now closed. The motion on the floor is to elect Philip Bazil, Sharon Davenport, or Jamal Casali as president. The secretary, will you please call the roll?
So you're gonna do the first one, so you're doing the first one is Philip Bazell.
For Philip Bazil,
So moved.
Second. Now she calls the roll.
call the roll.
Ms. Jones? No. Mr. Casali?
No.
Mrs. Campbell Pruitt?
Yes.
Mr. Bazil?
Yes.
Mrs. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. Howard? Yes. Ms. Davenport?
No.
The motion passed. Mr. Philip Bazil is now our board president.
He just wanted to.
Motion to elect the board vice president. Are there any nominations for a board vice president?
I nominate Tammy Jones.
I nominate Margaret Pruitt.
I nominate Jamal Casali. I laugh to make you guys laugh.
I know.
I'm the most senior person here.
Any more nominations? Hearing no further nominations, the nominations for office of vice president is now closed. The motion on the floor is to elect either Tammy Jones, Margaret Pruitt, or Jima Casali as vice president. The secretary will call the roll.
So the first motion for Tammy.
So the first motion for Tammy Jones, vice president.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Secretary, please call the roll, please.
Mr. Casali?
No.
Mrs. Campbell Pruitt?
No.
Mr. Bazil?
No.
Mrs. Green?
No.
Mrs. Howard? No. Mrs. Jones? Yes. Mrs. Davenport?
Yes.
Motion fails. Next would be Ms. Margaret Pruitt.
Just keep going.
Motion on the floor for Ms. Margaret Pruitt. I make that, I so move.
Second.
Mrs. Campbell Pruitt?
Yes.
Mr. Bazil?
Yes.
Mrs. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. Howard? Yes. Mrs. Jones? No. Mr. Casali?
No.
Mrs. Davenport?
Abstain.
Motion passes. Ms. Margaret Pruitt is now the board vice president.
Okay, cooking up. Yes, it's guaranteed. Motion to elect the board secretary. Are there any motions for the board secretary?
I motion that Mary Howard be board secretary.
And second? Are there any other ones? Hearing no further nominations for the office of secretary, the office of secretary is now closed. The motion on the floor is to elect Ms. Mary Howard or Sherry Davenport as secretary. The secretary will call the roll. The motion for Ms. Mary Howard to be secretary.
Second.
Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Mrs. Still?
Yes.
Mrs. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. Howard? Yes. Mrs. Jones?
No.
Mr. Casale?
No.
Mrs. Campbell Pruitt?
Yes.
Mrs. Davenport?
Abstain.
Motion carries. The office of secretary, the new secretary will be Mary Howard. Now on the floor is a motion to set the day of the month for the board of education.
Motion that they stay the same.
Well, it's listed on the agenda, the third Monday of each month, unless the holiday at 6 p.m.
Second. Is there any discussion? Ms. Brooke?
Yes, there is discussion. I just wonder about the time at 6 o'clock. I know that, I'm not certain rather if that would really give a lot of parents an opportunity to make it from work at 6 o'clock. And so really, I would really like to ask for a friendly amendment, and that is to retain it for the third Monday of each month, unless there's a holiday, but to possibly move the meeting time to 7 p.m.
One of the reasons why we do 6 o'clock opposed to 7 o'clock is because sometimes the meetings get extended pretty long and we get out pretty late, and the later we start, the later we get out. But also one of the major reasons that we did is because we consider our staff, because our administrators and all of the ladies and gentlemen over there in front of me are here all day long working at 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, all day long, and then they have to sit in our meetings until we're done all night long. So giving them that extra also consideration of the time that is a Monday, beginning of the week, having to sit all those hours. So for me, I would prefer to stay with the time that we have in support of our staff.
Any other discussion? Ms.
I
Brooke?
also motion to move the time to 7 o'clock instead of 6. But the third Mondays is fine. I think that works well. I think the time is an issue.
Well, for several years now, we've been doing it at 6 o'clock. So if for just one person that I know, the reason why 6 o'clock, we all sign up for this. If 6 o'clock is not convenient, I don't know what else to say. But the best thing, the village men, people know they'll be coming here at 6 o'clock, and this is just one time a month. It's not every day. This is once a month. That's when we meet. So the calendar is already out. The third Monday, 6 o'clock. No matter what, we should have to make provision for that. If someone is not convenient with that, you just maybe just call it. No, you need is for people to be present to have a quorum. So sometimes we plan to be here and some things happen along the way. So I will go for the 6 o'clock as it is right now.
Well, I don't want it to be because of me, but 7 would work better than my work. Especially when other committees or,
Okay, is there a motion?
Motion, and then if she does not do it, then I'll do the voting.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Okay, the motion on the floor is for Mondays, third Monday of each month, with the exception of when a holiday falls on Monday at 6 p.m.
Second.
Mrs. Green? No. Mrs. Howard? No. Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Casali?
Yes.
Mrs. Campbell Pruitt?
No.
Mr. Bazil?
No.
Mrs. Davenport?
Abstain.
Motion carries. Now, motion fails. Sorry. Now, I would like to entertain another motion. Ms. Cook?
I move that we conduct our meetings on the third Monday of each month at 7 p.m. Unless there is a holiday, then we make those changes.
Second.
Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Mrs. Howard? Yes. Mrs. Jones?
No.
Mr. Casali?
No.
Mrs. Campbell Pruitt?
Yes.
Mr. Bazil?
Yes.
Mrs. Green?
Yes.
Mrs. Davenport?
Nope.
Motion passes. The board meetings will now be on the third Monday of each month at 7 p.m. Okay. Now, we would like to have public participation. Yes, ma'am. Please state your name, what do you do?
Okay. Good evening, I'm Erica Ali. I teach third grade at Strasburg. I just wanted to welcome and congratulate all the newly elected board members as well as the re-elected board members, as well as the current board members who are still staying in their positions. So welcome and look forward to seeing your faces at 7 o'clock on every third Wednesday. Oh, Monday. Wednesday. Welcome.
Is there any other audience? Yes, ma'am. Please state your name.
Arlena Brazil. I would like to congratulate the new elected board, all members. Coming from that position as a former board member, I want to say it was one of the hardest jobs that you could take on for free. And I want to congratulate everyone for coming out and devoting their time to the children of this district. And I hope that going forward past this night, that it is a cohesive board of 7, because you represent the entire District 168 and not your individual interests or politics.
Please state your name.
Rachel. I would like to say that I'm very happy for all of you. It's a joyous occasion for some and unfortunate for some, but I hope that you all can work together and put aside any feelings we all have or we don't have, and just be here for the kids, because that's the point. Congratulations on becoming the new president, secretary, and vice president, and I hope that any sad feelings can also ease as well, and also for missing it too. So thank you guys for everything you've done and everything that will happen. So, good. Yeah, that was it.
Please state your name.
My name is Derek Burgess. I just wanted to say to you, the newly elected board members, congratulations. To the ones that didn't make it or whatever, I'd like to thank them for their service that they've done for this community. Yes, they're gone. Okay, but I just wanted to tell you guys, I've always watched the school district, and I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be professional. I know most of you, and looking forward to working with you on the village side, but outside of that, I still look forward to working with you guys personally. And again, congratulations. You got a lot ahead of you. You got a lot of pressure ahead of you, but I think you guys can come.
Yes, please state your name. Yeah.
Renegade Hawkins. What I'd like to know is this. It seemed as though you all had, well, I guess you had decided prior to the vote who you were going to vote for. What I'd like to know is, was that decision based on the individual that you felt was best for the position, or was it some personal thing or something that, you know, we're not aware of?
Personal.
Person. Oh, I'm sorry, we're not supposed to get sorry.
Can anyone answer that?
Well, we really don't answer questions like that at the board. I'm sorry, that's just,
Well, I'm asking that because, well, I actually have a grandchild in the district, and if you all are gonna start out choosing sides based on personal issues, that immediately illustrates that this is not gonna be a good situation possibly for our children. So I'm hoping that you all sit back and rethink this and not let this turn into something that it doesn't have to be. It actually probably has the potential, no, it does have the potential to be something good. If you get on the right track, that's all. It's about the babies. Thank you.
Amen.
please state your name.
Hi, I'm Inez Jenkins, and I am the classified union president. And I want to say welcome. Good working with the previous board, and welcome to the new board. And I would like for us always to have a cohesive relationship. Thank you.
We will. We will.
Ma'am, please stand and state your name.
I'm Linda Washington, and I just want to congratulate all of the people that won tonight. Everybody is a winner, whether you won or didn't win, because we all work for the village. And I want to say to the new board that's coming in that as a trustee, I work with the Neighborhood Watch, and I am very much so connected with the school. We did a video over here, and we have a good working relationship, and it's my desire that the new board coming in, we can continue that same rapport with one another. So I'm here if you need anything done. From that point of view, you can always call me. We have the No Bullying campaign that's going on in the schools, as well as the No Texting, and I just hope that we can keep that rapport and that conversation between the school district as well as myself, chairing Neighborhood Watch, with our junior Neighborhood Watch coming into fruition on a good working term. Thank you.
I'm Tanya Gamble, reading specialist at Wagner, and I'm also the certified staff union president. Nice to work with all of you. Congratulations.
Hi, Debbie Williams, Village Clerk. I just wanted to say thank you. I see the people that were on the board previously, I think have already gone, but they did a phenomenal job in their time of office. Thank you all for coming back and being willing to do it all over again. We appreciate you, and we appreciate the newly elected officials. I have to say that the school board is probably one of the hardest jobs that we have, because you do it for no pay at all. You do it out of the goodness of your heart. So we look forward to working with you guys out of the goodness of our heart. We want to extend ourselves to you. Anything that we can do to help you make your job easier, we're here for you. I also want to say Student Government Day was phenomenal. I want to thank everybody who participated in Student Government Day. It never ceases to amaze me how within 24 hours, Trustee Williams can take these kids that have never been to a board meeting before, and they can actually run a board meeting by the end of the night. It just never ceases to amaze me. It's phenomenal, and every year I'm in awe of what the kids can do if you put them in a project. So they did a fantastic job. Unfortunately, the dinner was canceled, and to that I am very sorry. But we have a head start on next year's program, and we look forward to working with each and every one of you. If there's anything I can do, please don't hesitate to call.
Any more questions or comments from the audience?
prior to our adjournment or whatever, this is National Teacher Awareness Week, and I know that you've been complimented earlier, but I would like to throw my words in just to say thank you for all that you do, and congratulations on having a whole week.
Any other comments from the board? I would like to make one comment. I thank you so much for allowing me to serve you. Those of you that voted for me, that live in the district, I hope to do a good job. I plan on being a very collaborative person. The board members here, although you may assume that there is a motive or anything going around here, that's not how I operate at all. I look forward to working with all of you collaboratively, cohesively. And however you feel, know that we're working for the show first. Thank you. If there are no more questions, I'd like to entertain a motion.
Second. Mrs. Jones? Yes. Mrs. Casale? Mr. Casale?
Put the glasses down.
Mrs. Campbell Pruitt? Yes. Mr. DeVille? Yes. Mrs. Green? Yes. Mrs. Howard? Yes. Mrs. Davenport? Yes.
The meeting is now adjourned at 8:51.
We have cake.
We have cake.